It is Kid Friday. It is show number 232. We do the show because you're a kid in a digital world. I'm Dave, and it's for kids of all ages. And Kid Friday is viewed in over 200 countries around the world, and we like to talk tech for kids. Teens, tweens, big kids, small kids. We're going to be talking this. A toddler, you probably might have heard the story, but a toddler shredded $1,000 in cash. So who has a shredder? Number one. And who has $1,000 laying around? We'll talk about that. Samsung. If you are a viewer of Kid Friday, you know that for a long time I've been talking about these OLED screens, which is organic light emitting diode screens, which means these screens, they can fold. And if I got a picture for you, Samsung is coming out with one, actually. It's going to be a delay on it. It's the Galaxy F. We'll give you the update on that. Report came out about kids and screen time. Hey, by the way, all the stuff that I say we're going to cover, we're probably not. So, but anyway. This company that I use for phone service has officially changed their name. Big deal. All right, we're going to get a few things about Facebook. If you are a Facebook user, Facebook portal is one thing that we're going to be talking about. There is a story out there. There has been a Facebook hoax, and I certainly hope you have not been hoaxed, because if you have, a lot of people are affected, and we'll talk about that. Facebook prototypes as well. Mark Zuckerberg kind of got busted for removing some posts, and now everyone can. Also, some stories about Google. Google had a bug, and some information was released. Are you a Google Plus? Have you ever been on Google Plus? You know, they're supposed to take on Facebook, and they're supposed to be like all these other social media things. Facebook Plus is minus. It is closed. Facebook Plus gone. We're also going to be talking about, perhaps, potentially, maybe, about some chips that are in some computers and phones that were secretly put in there. I just like to bring this up if I could. This is my favorite phone case in the world. It is an ice cream sandwich. I like to keep it on here only because it looks delicious. And they did 2-for-1 on ice cream sandwiches a couple weeks ago. So went through a couple dozen. All right. Let's just start there. Okay. I think that's enough for right now. We do the show, as I mentioned, because you're a kid in a digital world. We're going to get this show rolling. By the way, next week, an 8th grade teacher is going to be joining us. And we're going to try and get secrets out of her. So, and maybe my friend Mike, who is going to be in town. Let it be known. All right. Here's how we start the show now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Oh! Let's get this party started.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I love computers. I have an iPod. I'm a gadget freak. I like to play with my display. I do it every day. I have awesome technique. Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I love this stuff, can't you see? Yeah, I'm a Kid Friday. I'm a kid who's in love with technology. Kid Friday.
Oh, yeah. Kid Friday. Brought to you by Story Cub Video Picture Books. It is story time all the time, 24/7, 365. If there were 366 days in the year, you would take advantage of that. Story Cub is viewed in over 200 countries around the world, and fantastic. So, if you like picture books, and who doesn't? You know, my grandmother used to read me a picture book. My next door neighbor, kind of creepy, used to read me a picture book. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Who else? Like my friend Mike likes picture books. So does Stewie. And maybe you two can get together. And so much more. It is so much fun. All you have to do is go to storycub.com, and right on the front page, a couple things. One, hopefully, if it's working from what I was told, there is a pop-up. And if you can register if you want and get some extra freebies of stories. And if you just scroll down right on the front page at storycub.com, you can watch some free stories as well. Real people on screen reading books to you with the illustrations. And there is a propriety, but I wouldn't say that. There is a specific production process that engages and connects kids with books. And you can find out what book you like. If you like the story, go out and buy the book and start to read, okay? Because are you ready to read? Maybe your little cousin isn't. Maybe you're, I don't know, somebody out there's got to not know how to read. So you can go to storycub.com. And we want to thank StoryCub for being a sponsor. I get it. Right here on Kid Friday. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of something. Right here on Kid Friday. So I'm testing something. I'm testing something with my friends on my Facebook page, and they're not seeing the actual live. They're not seeing the feed of the feed, and I'm wondering how they can see the feed of the feed. I don't know. You're not actually seeing, so you probably won't be able to see all the stories that were. Let me see. Can we we'll throw up a picture and we'll just see something. Yeah, you can't see that. You cannot see that. All right, spinning video. We're gonna spin out of that. And let's take a look. I'm going to poll my friends right now, though, who are watching Kid Friday. I put together a few questions, and we are going to see what the response is. It's a yes or no, I think, or it's a one or the other. You only get two. There's only two choices. So the first poll question is, to my friends, I think, yes. Publish now. Do you use iPhone or Android? That is the question I'm asking my friends who are on my personal Facebook page, which I don't. It's a personal. We're just testing it out. And right now, nobody seems to like anything, but we'll check back. 100% iPhone so far, but we want to know. It doesn't matter either way. There's nobody can lose. You can't lose. iPhone or Android. While we're doing that, I'm wondering how I can get the actual live feed on. How can I get the live feed on? You guys aren't going to see half this. You're not going to see. You're going to see the show. That's what you're not going to see. Okay. I'll leave that up for a couple. I'll leave that up for a couple of minutes. iPhone or Android. I'm sure my friend Mike already has the iPhone 10 Max because he's one of those Apple freaks that every time. Although you know what? Well, never mind. I'm not going to mention that. Okay. We'll leave that up. You can answer if you can. And we'll come back to that. So, what is going down with everything? Take a look at this. This toddler. This is crazy. This toddler shredded $1,000. And which is pretty, I don't know. I just think it's a fun story. Is what I think. Oh, by the way, Kid Friday in iTunes in Germany. Breaking news. It's not really breaking news. Number 16 overall. And we don't even sprechen die Deutsch. So there you go. A toddler in Utah was a little too helpful when he shredded more than $1,000 that his parents we're saving. Ben and Jackie Belknap were saving cash to reimburse Ben's parents for University of Utah season football tickets. They had $1,060 in an envelope, which disappeared over the weekend. And they searched the house and searched the house and searched the house and found it. It's in the shredder. So I don't know. Can you glue that back together or what? That I'm not so sure of. But anyway, we'll see what happens on that. Good luck on that one. Let that be a lesson. Just get rid of your shredder. And it's really interesting. You know what? I can't find my phone, by the way. It's around here somewhere. And, so there's been a shift, and I'm supposed to announce this, that we used to be known as Studio C. So we're at Studio C, right? Okay. Well, now officially, so there's some studio switching going around, and this is officially now Studio A, or 1A, Studio 1A. Got that? So from Studio 1A, it's Kid Friday. Do I need to hold it up? Can I put it on this lamp? What can I do with that? I don't know. So we're in Studio 1A right now. I'm going back to my poll with my friends on Facebook just to take a look. And 100% own an iPhone. We've got some more questions throughout the show. And unfortunately, you're not able to see everything that's going on here. I'm so sorry. But that's why we're testing it. So that is that. Now, you want to see a cool phone. If you've watched Kid Friday for the past year anyway, okay, we've been talking about this organic light emitting diode, OLED. And what it does is it allows a screen to be bendable. And Samsung has been working on it, and I'm sure they're going to eventually end up licensing it to other companies. And it's like, phones have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And I had an iPhone 6 Plus. I'm thinking Max. I had an iPhone 6 Plus, and it was, great for watching video, horrible for everything else because I had to go and it wouldn't fit where I wanted it to. It was just too much. So I decided to go back to a smaller phone. So think of if you could have a nice large phone, right? That you could fold. That's never been done before. A phone that you could flip shut. That's kind of a good idea. A flip phone. It could be called a flip phone. Well, here's the deal: Samsung has that technology. They're pushing it back a little bit. And while Samsung's 10th anniversary Galaxy S10 is starting to look really cool, the company has been heavily promoting an even more radical game changer. But a new report, according to Forbes, makes some people question about it. They're saying that its biggest problem, it's hidden behind the headlines. So they're talking about that they're publicizing it. It's coming out. We have this technology, and then they're kind of whatever. Back in 2017. Well, that was last year. Samsung promised the phone would launch in early 2018. That was then bumped to late 2018, and now 2019 seems to be the target. So, and I've been to Target. It has nothing to do with the story, but what I'm trying to say is that this bendable screen, and I wish my friends on Facebook could see it, but they can't, is so cool. And you're going to be able to take a giant pie of a phone and fold it, but then when you open it up, it's going to be one big screen. It's going to be, a full screen. And then when you want to put it back in your pocket, you can, but you're going to be too busy using your iWatch. So that's what's going on there. With the Samsung Galaxy F, a lot of hype for quite a while, and still a lot of hype. All right. So if you are a parent, do you have kids? If you are a kid, where's my phone? It told me how much screen time, or how much I was using the phone every month. I just got a something in messages that told me how much screen time I was on, and it dramatically dropped. I'm not sure why. It doesn't matter, but there is a report out regarding kids and screen time. And for all my friends who can't see this on Facebook, whilst I'm pulling up my note on the screen, when you'll be able to watch this when I publish it, you'll be able to see the actual thing that's going on there. But limiting screen time seems like a good idea. Now, have you ever heard that before? Has anyone ever said that? You ever heard a report come out saying that? So according to USA Today, a USC study, or they're mentioning a study, limiting kids' screen time improves brain function. And I know I do have some personal friends on Facebook right now where we're testing this out that have definitely not limited their screen time. Just saying. So cutting back on screen time along with the right amount of sleep and physical activity is linked to improvements in cognition among children, a study suggests. Now, how can the observational study analyzed data from a broader study funded by the National Institutes of Health focusing on 4,500 children ages 8 to 11. But I haven't seen this. I want to see the breakdown of the study because I don't sleep, all right? And, but I don't watch much, I don't have that much screen time. I watch the PBS NewsHour, okay, and certain things. Anyway, and so are they Are they putting all this stuff together, or are they not putting it all together? That's what I want to know. Is there just what are the portion of kids who don't get enough sleep? How does that affect their cognitive functions? That's what I'd like to know. Compared to using media, most parents now, and of course now, I remember when tablets first came out, and then there were apps that came out that you were able to limit the screen time on the tablet, and then it got adopted by the tablet makers themselves. Just like if you were one of the, like myself, maybe one of the first people to get an iPhone or an iPad. The first 10 free apps were all flashlights. I don't know if you remember that, but some people made some big money on flashlights, where it would basically do what it does now on your phone. And so once the flashlight got so big, they said, we're going to put it in ourselves. Also, Apple announced, maybe it was like a year ago, that please, because I'm an Apple developer. I'm an Apple developer. Okay, so they did send out a notice saying, do not submit any fart apps. We have all the fart apps we need, and we are no longer accepting fart apps for submission into our app store. So I think these flashlight guys, as soon as they put the flashlight in, they went to the fart apps. All right. So my phone company, I was on Sprint, and I had some troubles with their coverage. It varies. So I bought my phone out. I was on this iPhone for life that I never upgraded, but I switched to. I bought out my iPhone and I switched to MetroPCS, and now officially, the MetroPCS it's part of T-Mobile, but it is you can buy. It's a franchise. That's what I'm trying to say. So Metro by T-Mobile is anytime you walk into one of those stores, it's a franchise of T-Mobile. But they have their own support staff and this and that. And I've been having some. There were a couple times where I was not getting messages, literally for a couple days. Literally for a couple days, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, like 5 or 6 pop up. I've had to call their customer service a few times, and they're one of these companies. They're like, if you're familiar with Spirit Airlines, they're like Spirit Airlines, although almost, because if you need to make changes, you can do so on their app or online. If you need to talk to someone, you can dial 611, and then they allegedly or whatever are supposed to charge you because you're calling in and you're using their whatever. You have an overhead bag that just won't fit. So I had to call in a couple times, and I actually called in this past week. Because there was an issue with my caller ID that showed up. So if I were to call people, it was a lot of mumbo jumbo, and they were able to fix it. And they were like hyping me. We normally charge for this. But we're gonna do. You know what? But I'll just take care of it right now. No problem. So I think it's in the script that we're normally supposed to do this, but we love you so much as a customer, we're not going to charge you. It wasn't that difficult. I just want to change. Of course, it takes up to 72 hours to take effect. So I'll have to check that out. All right. That's the deal there. All right. But so this PCS Mobile, I guess, is gone. What's PCS stand for anyway? And it's T-Mobile network. They use the same network as T-Mobile. And I've always had, I'll just tell you this really quick. I've always had unlimited data, okay? Just unlimited data because I don't want to worry about it. Because I like to stream music, and I like to stream my music at really high quality. So it uses a lot of data. And when I was checking out different places, and I think a couple other carriers do this as well, but they have a list, a really pretty long list of YouTube, stream, anything, stuff that you stream, okay? And Spotify is one of them. So I listen to Spotify all the time when I'm not listening to vinyl. And if I'm in the car, I'm listening to Spotify, and it's great. I'm going along, a song comes to my head, and I don't look where I'm driving, and I'm just typing it in, and it comes up, and I go, oh, good. Ooh, whoa, slow down. And so all the data that I use on Spotify does not count towards my data cap. And I have a 5 gig. I think it's a 5 gig limit. Or if you go over that, they charge you more, whatever. And it's a month by month contract. So unlimited talk, unlimited text, 5 gig. No, that's something else. No. Well, that's Spotify. Okay. So anyway, unlimited text, unlimited talk, and 5 gig of data, I think $40. And Spotify does not go towards it. And so I have slightly been under the level for the past, since I switched, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. So there's Metro by PCS. I'll give you a look at that logo again. Beautiful looking logo. Metro by T-Mobile. This is not an endorsement, by the way. It's one of those things where I say, I'm just saying. Let me go back to this. No one else has answered our questions so far, I don't think. So we're going to close that poll, and we're going to say that my friends seem to use iPhones. So there we go. I'm going to close that one out. And Remy Maxwell. Remy, how you doing? I just noticed that Remy's on watching this. And Remy, I'd love to have you as a guest here on Kid Friday, because this is a technology show for kids, although adult everybody watches. And you'd scare the crap out of them. So come on over, okay? Next time you're in Uptown, man, I'm serious. Love to have you on as a guest. Really, really, I mean it. We're going to cut your hair. Okay. You can't see, unfortunately, my friends on Facebook can't see all the images and everything that's going on. But let's talk about Facebook. And Facebook came out, look at this, the portal. Isn't that cool? The Facebook portal, an actual, see, this is where I've talked about in the past, who you going with? Are you going, now, everything's got to sync with one another. If you get an Echo, you are going to be tied into all the Amazon stuff. If you go Apple, you're going with all the HomePod stuff. Samsung just announced their thing that's going everywhere. Google has their deal. And this is the Facebook now. They want to do this. It's kind of a. I don't know why. Who wants this? But so Facebook has an actual physical product that you can purchase if you'd like, and it is called the Portal. And if my Portal was working, I could tell you all about it. Here it is. Facebook's first hardware product combines Alexa and eventually Google Assistant. See, now this is nice. It's actually inviting others in. It's a countertop video chat screen that zooms to always keep you in frame. Yet the fancy gadget's success depends not on functionality, but whether people are willing to put a Facebook camera and microphone in their home, even with a physical clip-on privacy shield. So Facebook just announced pre-sales of the $199 10-inch Portal and the $349 15.6-inch swiveling screen with hi-fi audio Portal Plus, minus $100 if you buy any two. That's great. If you want to know more information, just go to Facebook and type in Portal. I'm not trying to sell you. I think this is, all it is, it's a camera that connects you to Facebook, and I'm connected to a camera to Facebook right now. Do I need a portal? Nothing against you, Facebook, but do I need a portal? No, I don't think so. We're going to move on with that one. Just saying, Portal. All right, let me get out of this thing, get back into this thing, and talk about something serious when it comes to Facebook. And there's a lot of phishing out there, and I'm not talking about like my dad used to have this giant tackle box. My friend Brian's got it now. This thing holds bobbers like this, unbelievable. But if you are familiar with phishing, PH. You get these emails, hey, you've just won the lottery, things like that. Well, beware the viral Facebook hoax that's tricking people into thinking their account was hacked. So it's interesting. That's kind of an interesting twist. It's your account is not hacked. However, you are they're phishing out there. Someone's telling you that we're Facebook and your account was attacked. Sneaky. if you ask me. That's something else. So, according to the Washington Post, here's what's going on with that. It's hoaxing people into thinking their account was hacked. Last weekend, you might have seen a wave of panicked friends in your Facebook news feeds posting warnings that their accounts were hacked. Don't accept friend requests that appear to be from them, or maybe you received a private message warning you that your account had been compromised. The warning spread in the form of a message sent from a friend. The message claims that the sender received a suspicious friend request from you, and that the proper way to address this disturbing news is to immediately share the message they sent you with all of your friends. So you're getting hoaxed, and they want you to help them spread the word about this scam. It's an interesting scam. It's son of scam. It's an interesting twist on that. Someone came up with the hoax saying that you were hoaxed. And then it's telling you to tell your friends about it by spreading this malicious message. Wow. It says, "Hi, I actually got another friend request from you, which I ignored, so you may want to check your account." Oh, someone said that. Oh, that's what this said. So this is what forwards people. It says, "Hold your finger on the message until the forward button appears. Then hit forward and all the people you want to forward to. I had to do the people individually. Please do not accept a new friendship from me at this time." That's the message that these people were asking you to send, because it is connecting all of your friends and they're getting all of their information, and it goes on and on and on. See, a fact-checking site explains that the hoax appears to reference fears about cloned Facebook accounts, where would-be scammers copy the name, profile, picture, and basic information from a real account to create a second, nearly identical account on Facebook. Then they send a bunch of friend requests to the original account's friend list to try to scam the person, unsuspecting friends, into granting access to their personal information by accepting the request. Wow. Facebook spokesperson said in an emailed statement, the company had heard about some people seeing posts or messages about accounts being cloned on Facebook, and they don't reflect the actual clones on our service. Thank you for the help. That's quite a statement. There's this huge thing going on. Hey, just thought we'd let you know that, just thought we'd let you know. And speaking of Facebook, this is, well, first, I guess we should do this. How do you find out if your Facebook account has been breached? Because that would not be good. Although, now that I think of it, it could have been last weekend, and if you are a Facebook user, it probably happened to you, where because I have it always set up to auto log me in. However, every device that I wanted to access Facebook on, I had to log in again. In other words, it didn't automatically log me in. So I think Facebook kind of basically shut everybody's accounts down, at least the save password stuff. So you had to sign in, and they knew you were legit. Now, how do you remember all those passwords? There are a few ways. I use something called LastPass. There's also, I used another one too previously that was pretty good. 1Password, I believe. Okay, so here's how to find out if you've been hacked by the host. So you visit the Facebook Help Center. So just search Facebook Help Center. Scroll down to the section, "Is my Facebook account impacted by this security issue?" It's pretty direct. And it'll tell you yes or no whether your account was one of the 30 million users impacted. Those affected should also receive a warning at the top of their news feed. If yes, you'll be in one of three categories. A, you're in the 15 million users whose name plus email and or phone number was accessed. B, you are in the 14 million users who had data plus account bio. Hey, by the way, those friends of mine who, 'cause I saw Remy was on there. I got to tell you, nothing personal. I don't listen to as much radio anymore, but I was listening. Boy, Jay Philpott sounded good. Does nights at KQ. Sounded good, Jay. Seriously. Wow. Anyway, back to this. Anyway, all these accounts are hacked. How many accounts? It's a lot of accounts. 15. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Wow. 30 million users of Facebook were hacked. And make sure you're not hacked. I guess. I hope I didn't get hacked. I should check mine. It made me log in, so just saying that. Yeah, get a beverage. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do that. Okay, so here's what we want to get to. This Zuckerberg guy who went in front of Congress, wouldn't tell him where he's staying, what hotel he was staying at. Is that a secret? I don't know. Anyway, the deal is this: Facebook prototypes Unsend 6 months after Zuckerberg retracted messages. So in April, TechCrunch broke the news that some of Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook messages were deleted from recipients' inboxes in what some saw as a violation of user trust and abuse of power, since Facebook Messenger doesn't have an unsend button. Next morning, Facebook suddenly announced that it would be building a Facebook unsend button that you can use. Timing? Good timing. Good timing. But 6 months went by without a peep about the feature, featuring suspicions that the announcement was just a release to everybody, forget about it. Well, the unsend button was merely a public relations-driven response to the scandal. However, I think they're going to release something, because TechCrunch asked Facebook about the progress on Unsend ahead of the 6-month mark. And the company told them, though we have nothing to announce today, we have previously confirmed that we intend to ship a feature like this and are still planning to do so. Talk about, you know what? I'm going to save that. That's a great quote. It says nothing. That's an awesome, you know what? When you need to get back to someone, you don't quite have your act together. Like your teacher, okay? Why have you not turned in your project? And you can say, although I was going to bring it in and submit it today, I have previously confirmed, hold on. I previously confirmed that I will hand it in, and I intend to. It's ridiculous. Currently, you can only delete messages from your own inbox. But what is that quote? I seriously have to. I gotta take a screenshot of this, because that's a great quote that says nothing. It's like, here. Though we have nothing to announce today, we have previously confirmed that we intend to ship a feature like this and are still planning to do so. So this project that I have, I did announce that I did tell you I was previously going to bring it in today, and I still have plans at some point to do so. That's what a bunch of, yeah, okay. So Google, things going on at Google. See, just remember, when anyone says that everything, your data is safe, it isn't, because a day later someone will figure out a way to get out of that data. You know what I'm talking about? And it's things are going on. Google's a pretty reputable company, I think. Allegedly, Google. A little bit of a bug going on at Google. The bug. In Google's developer platform, you know what? I got to log back in there. I'm Google developer as well. The bug in Google's developer program on Google Plus left information like a user's name, email address, occupation, gender, and age vulnerable to a breach. The company said it found no evidence the data had been improperly accessed or misused. It's something of a rare misstep for Google, which has largely avoided the privacy scandals that have plagued other social media companies in the past months. And they've probably avoided it because no one's using Google Plus. Remember Google Plus? Remember that? Google Plus, there, look at that. Kind of sad, but Google Plus, the social network, is closing down. Just closing down. So, Google said it is shutting down the long ailing social network Google Plus for consumer use amid new scrutiny of the company for reportedly failing to publicly disclose a security bug after affecting users of the service. So they got busted, so now they're closing that down. I do know actually a lot of people in business, kind of like LinkedIn, but a lot of people in business use Google Plus. No, outside of that, they were making a big deal about, you got to make your Google Plus page, and you have to do all this stuff, and this is going to be huge. And I will say this, of all the web browsers out there, and as I look at my computer, I can tell you that I have Chrome, Firefox, Safari, I have Opera, I have Tor. So between those, they keep me busy. But I like Google Chrome, and on the last show we mentioned they had done some updates and kind of cleaned up the page, and it's supposed to have better results and everything. And in using it this past week, I haven't necessarily noticed better results necessarily, but I like the clean look of it, and I like their bookmarks. Firefox has similar bookmarks and extensions, things like that. But pretty cool. So, but Google Plus is minus. Sorry. Okay. All right. So the Chinese. The Chinese have been shipping some phones and some computers with some secret chips in there. Maliciously, or with malicious intent. And I can tell you, I've traveled all through China. I've been to, last time I flew into Hong Kong, took the train to Shenzhen, and then Guangzhou, and then this little village of Shilling, which has yet to discover the toilet. They do have a hole in the ground, however. Shanghai's great. Pudong, which is on the new side of Shanghai, is amazing. Ningbo's okay. Yiwu. We could keep going, but who cares? Bottom line is that the Chinese have been putting stuff, some kind of chip in there to potentially hack us. And we would not want to be hacked or our information being stolen or anything like that, would we? No, we would not. And Lenovo, the A5 chip, is a little extra thing in there. Lenovo and ZTE Corporation shares slid last week, hurt by worries of overseas sales after Bloomberg reported that the systems of multiple U.S. companies had been compromised by malicious computer chips inserted by Chinese spies. I hope they didn't steal my recipe for Mongolian chicken. It's delicious. In a report published by Bloomberg, it cited 17 unidentified sources from intelligence agencies and businesses as saying that Chinese spies had placed computer chips inside equipment used by about 30 companies and multiple U.S. government agencies, which would give Beijing secret access to internal networks. Apple and Amazon's web services named as being among the U.S. companies subject to the attack. They denied the report. Although, Apple servers in Australia last month got hacked. Now, if Apple servers can get hacked, if Apple can't keep then who? Then who? I'm going to my Facebook page really quick because I'm going to ask a new poll. I'm looking at this other poll. The question was, do you use iPhone or Android? 67% of my friends, my so-called friends, I don't have any friends. Let's see, 67% use an iPhone, 33% Android. Nice. Okay, so that's updated. All right, on to the next question, and I'm going to post this right now. And here it is. The question: do you think the internet is safe? Yes or no? I'll leave that one up for a few minutes. We'll see what goes on there. While we do that, we can look at my favorite phone case in the entire world, the ice cream sandwich, which, if no one's making that, you know what? I'll go over to Shenzhen. Mike, my friend Mike, the ice cream sandwich, look at that case. How cool. It's delicious. And that's from like maybe 5-6 years ago from Etsy, I think. I don't know how I found that, but it is a delicious-looking phone case. How would you like to have that as your phone? Where is my phone? I have a cassette tape as my case, and I don't know where it is. I'll find it. And speaking of iPhones, let's review what iPhones are out currently and what you can get. And there it is. So this is what you can get, and it's available to you, except for the iPhone XR, which is coming out soon. Now, a lot of places, there are a lot of deals going on already. We'll give you $350, if you change carriers, And, oh, man, wait until Black Friday, because it seems over the past at least 3 years that I've noticed that the best deals really are on Black Friday. And especially if you do multiple phones. However, they all want your business. And phones have really changed, haven't they? You know, we used to walk into the AT&T store and they'll say, yeah, sign up. We'll give you a free phone. There you go. And you pay each month. And that was that. And then your contract comes up after 2 years, and they give you another free phone, and there you go. It's interesting because now, like if you take a look at the iPhone XS Max, if you take a look at that, really, the screen size of that, you know what? It can be your computer. I mean, it's got some, this new chip in it is, hopefully the Chinese don't have a part of that, but the chip is amazing. It could be your TV, it can be your computer, it can be your everything, not just to check email. Or as my late father, he really thought his phone, it could only make phone calls, and I tried to show him it could do much, much more than make a phone call. But he'd make calls, and then he couldn't hear. What? Just come over here. What? He was a great guy. Miss him. Miss you, Pops. So there's the iPhone lineup right now. So you got the iPhone 7, which is still out, from $449. iPhone 8, 5 from $599. The one thing, the reasons all these phones are from is because of storage. If you have an Android phone, man, you can just go and get a micro SD card and throw on like 128 or whatever, 256. And how awesome is that? This is one thing that Apple is holding back is storage. They're able to make more money based on which cost them pennies, but you can buy, like my phone. I mean, there used to be 16 gigs. They don't make 16 gig phones anymore, I believe. And I have my iPhone is a 64 gig. I believe it's a 64 gig. It is, because on Spotify, I take a lot of stuff for offline, to listen to offline as well. So anyway, if you need a phone, wait till Black Friday. And the deals are and it doesn't have to necessarily be an iPhone, any phone. There's going to be some Android deals coming out. They're going to kill. Not literally. So calm down, kids. But there is going to be some really, really cool stuff that as far as phones and as far as deals. So, we're going to do our Black Friday special, our annual Black Friday special coming up. And we'll tell you all about it, and we'll tell you where the deals are. But forget the hype on TV right now, and just forget all about that, because just wait. Okay. And as I mentioned on the last show, if you do buy an electronic product, see if your credit card doubles the warranty on electronics, because as I mentioned on the last show, if you watch it, mine does. And had an Apple Air. The keyboard went out. It was out of warranty. And the people at the Apple store said, you might want to, how'd you pay for it? And they printed off a receipt. They printed off the work order. I talked to the credit card company. They used a third party. And I gave them all the information. And boom, 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 $179. There's a check right in the mailbox. Same day the computer, the keyboard was fixed. So if you do buy any electronics, I don't know, Costco doubles the warranty, I believe, as well. If you're in the United States, or maybe they're in, I don't know, or maybe they're in Russia, I don't know. But that's that. And all I know is that here at Studio 1A now, 1A, we tried it once. We can no longer do it. We can no longer go to Costco. We tried it once, and we bought the giant paper towels, right? Which had to go up in the front closet. And the toilet paper that was too much. All right, hey, we covered all the stories. That's fantastic. All right, this is. Let's see now. Is there anything else we want to tell you? Hey, if you use iTunes and you're accessing this by iTunes, if you could write a review about Kid Friday, we would really appreciate it. Join our Facebook page that we never talk about, but we are gonna start bumping that up. And thanks for listening or watching or wherever you are. Number 16 in Germany on iTunes. Kid Friday. Deutschmark, I don't know. Achtung, I don't know. The only stuff I know is from Hogan's Heroes. All right. This is a 2016 production. All rights reserved. Don't mess with us, or we're going to send Remy Maxwell after you. And trust me when I say this, it won't be pleasant. So we'll talk to you on the next show. We like to end with the beginning, and here you go. We'll talk to you on the next Kid Friday.
Hit it. Oh!
Let's get this party started.